Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we are returning to a Let's Play of Carrier Warfare, the Guadalcanal campaign. We're actually playing the Wake Island scenario here. And we are about to enter our second night. So this is the night from the second to the third day. And things are curious. The state of affairs is a little bit weird. So we have done a moderately successful raid into the Gilbert Islands down here. With Task Force 11. We were able to do some damage down here, sink a couple of ships, which is great. On the other hand, we did lose a number of aircrafts in doing that, and we did suffer quite a bit of damage here to Lexington. So, things are not ideal, but we are doing fine so far. I think this raid was relatively successful. Up over here around Wake itself, we've been a lot more successful. We've sunk quite a number of ships, we've driven off a number of ships. There are still some Japanese task forces around over here. We can't see them right now because basically we don't know exactly where they are. I don't think we can turn this off here for a second. But yeah, we know that some are around over here. On the other hand, and this is the big news, is we know Japanese carriers are in the vicinity. We've been attacked by Japanese aircraft, naval and aircraft, over here around this area, and we've unfortunately lost our reinforcements designated for Wake. Very tragically, just one hex short. 20 more minutes and we would have been there, but yeah, it just wasn't meant to be. They were coming in from the north. I expect that the Japanese carriers must be around this area up here. What are we going to do about that? Now, I'm still a little bit on the fence because our task forces really aren't built to engage Japanese carriers at this point in the war. Certainly not in the current setup. We've got Task Force 14 over here with Saratoga, that's fine. We've got the Lexington down here. But all in all, certainly a carrier on its own is not going to stand against the Japanese. If we can combine both carriers, we might have a shot if they only have two. But they are still much stronger than we are. They got the better airplanes, especially at this part in the war. They've got the better training. We are already a little bit damaged with this carrier. They know roughly where we are, and we don't really know that about them. So, that's a bit of an issue. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask these our troops here to do an autopilot towards, let's say, this area up there. And basically what we're going to try is we're going to try to move up our troops. Both of our carriers are going to join up over here, and we're going to try to see whether we can find the Japanese, but I'm not at all convinced about that. Right, the other thing that we're going to do is we've split off one of our smaller task forces over here. It's now comprised of a light cruiser and 4 destroyers that have some potential of moving around over here, and maybe find some of these Japanese troops that we've spotted at night. Now, I've set these guys here to actually attack at 1-on-1 ratios. Let's see whether we can find anyone. I'm not too sure, especially at night engagements. You know what, we might actually want to go for 2-to-1 over here. So these guys, I'm going to try to find someone in the night. Let's go over here. I know they must be around somewhere over here. And we're going to advance here in 20 minutes intervals first, simply because I want to know whether we're going to stumble into anyone like that, because that would be a little bit awkward. Okay, you guys are going to sort of independently move over there. Most of our aircrafts at this moment are at the carriers themselves. We don't really have anyone else sitting around over here in Wake itself, except for a couple of fighters. Ooh! Right, so here we are. We've found a couple of enemy surface fleets. They are considered big, and they are, I think, considered to have some heavy cruisers. So probably not a wise move to attack with our light cruisers here. And indeed, our light cruisers have been repulsed from that position. So that's alright-ish, I guess. Let's see whether we find out a little bit more about them. Now this task force over here, I think I don't want to move that up because you guys are pretty heavily damaged. You had been hit by a bomb. You've got an oil leak. I would really actually like you to retire, if at all possible. I don't want you to stick around here. Yeah, well, let's see, it's just 2 destroyers up there, so it's not the worst. Right, let's move you guys up as well. Really want to find out whether there's any enemy over here. Yeah, these guys, it's difficult to say, but I do think they are heavy cruisers. Let's see whether we can find anything in their rear. Now this is considered a small task force, potentially only only destroyers. Well, we just don't know what's going on there. It's almost midnight, and of course at this point in the war, too, the Japanese are a lot better at night fighting, so really things aren't great for us at this point. Yeah, we don't need to be too concerned here, but okay, we do know that's actually only a small group. We could try to engage them. What have we got? We've got 4 destroyers and a light cruiser. It's tempting. Okay, that was a horrible move. So we've just stumbled into 4 heavy cruisers and 3 destroyers in the night over here with our light cruiser and 4 destroyers. They are vastly superior to us. And they are gonna actually get a torpedo salvo on us first. Oh man. Yeah, immediately, so the Japanese are surprising us. Immediately they're sinking 2 destroyers and damaging the light cruiser there. It's going to be a gun battle that is going to cause further damage here to at least one more sunk one more sunk destroyer and 1 heavily damaged one. What I do actually damage propulsion, 2 main turrets destroyed. Okay, yeah, that was a horrible move. At least we know they're here. Right, that was pretty horrible. Okay, you guys are all going to try to retire now, and I actually cannot blame you at all. That's unfortunate. Let's look at our victory score over here. Actually, we had 36. They are at 20. They've damaged one of our carriers, so that does count a lot. We've shot down quite a number of their airplanes. We've also sunk a lot of destroyers, and we're currently still controlling Wake. So I think every day that counts 10 points. If we get to 40, that would be considered a strategic win for us. Strategic victory. Which is nice. But yeah, losing the destroyers here doesn't help. That's 3 points for them. Which is kind of unfortunate. And we didn't even do any significant damage to any of these guys. So yeah, very bad move there from our side. It happens. Let's see what else is going to happen over here. You guys are all going somewhere. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, you guys are just trying to retreat. Still got these 2 destroyers over there, but all in all I think we're going to be alright. You know, let's actually come over here so that we are a little bit closer with these guys. And that should basically get you guys ready. Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually advance time by at least an hour over here. Let's go for another 20 minutes. What else is going on? Propulsion restored. Well, yeah, that's nice. But I don't think we have too much here. This is just so horribly going bad. Okay, fine. Let's go for an hour over here. That should move us into the dawn phase, or the pre-dawn phase. 4 AM is when we can start to issue some of our orders. They're not going to be executed until 5:20, but at least we can start doing some things. And I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to Wake, and Wake is going to send out an air search. And I would very much love to find their carriers, but I don't think that is on the cards right now. So let's send out a 360-degree search. I think that's going to be alright. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Task Force 14 here to do a search here. And what we're going to do is we are going to do... what exactly do we want to do? You over here, we expect you to be sort of in this 90-degree cone, right? So I think that's what we're going to try to set up over here. So I think very low degree is going to be fine. We're going to start due west, and that I think is a good pattern over here. Let's go with a slightly lower range. But yeah, that's going to be fine. Right, so that does cover the air search patterns. Now, I would like to get a strike ready to... We know they are here. We know there are a lot of heavy cruisers. That is a tempting target. So I think what we're going to do is, at least with Task Force 14, we're going to prepare a lot of strikes over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically move all of our SBDs here into a bomb formation. So heavy bombs, no drop tanks. and use our torpedo bombs as well. That should take a while to set up, but then you guys will be ready to launch pretty rapidly after that. That's fine. And you know what, we're going to do the same thing over here with you guys. You might be a little bit more out of the way, but I think it's going to be alright. Oh, you actually have a lot less capabilities to service all of these aircraft here. 200 minutes, that's a very long time. But yeah, let's see. I think a very strong second strike over here might be very lovely indeed. Right, and I'm going to ask you guys to stop autopiloting here, because I'd actually like you to move up independently. Right, let's see what's going to happen. Move you over there, that's fine. That's basically the only two task forces that we do need to care about right now. So, ooh, there's another surface battle over here. Where is that? Is it at Wake itself? Have you guys come to Wake? Huh. That's curious. Okay, at least we are getting the torpedo strikes in first. So that's nice to see. Have you stricken any of these guys? Nope. Both of these were misses. And you're now just gonna blow us out of the water. Yeah, the Bagley and the Ralph Tabbitt here. Ralph Tabbitt under with Jesus. Bagley hit by 3 shells. Ralph Tabbitt here hit by a lot of bombs, shells, oil leaks, minor fire, major fire, AA reduced. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. That's very unfortunate, and their group is still pretty active, so that's unfortunate. They are over here. I did not think that they would go that far though. That's interesting to see. Yeah, and we're trying to move out of the area now. Well, that might actually induce us to not use you guys over here on the air search pattern, but actually move you away from that and into a strike. And we're going to try to strike you guys right away over here. It's going to take a while for that to be able to do anything, but I think we're going to be alright. So how far away are we then from these groups? Pretty far off. We might be able to strike them with a stronger group here with a distance group. But I think we're going to try to be a little bit stronger than that. Right, so 520. That should basically get you guys going. 2 of these ships here were hit by some shells with coastal defenses. That's nice to see. Don't think they've done any bombardment damage to us yet. And we're going to launch that strike immediately now. Right, you guys can't strike them yet. We could of course try to fly them in here and then land at Wake. I think that's not a horrible move. Well, I can move closer. And you know what? I'm going to ask Task Force 14 to launch these guys. So we're going to move all of you over here. And we're going to try to strike you. That's fine. You cannot quite return safely to base, but that's fine. We can move closer to that, and that will be alright. So let's do that. It's going to take 40 minutes or so. And I want to do a strike here that goes a little bit less, but still going to try to target the heavy cruisers. I think that's fine. Okay, you're going to try to get off. We've got the search pattern that is going to be activated. Now, what I would like to do is grab at least 2 of you guys into the air pattern over there. It's going to take a while for you to be prepared, but I think that's still quite worthwhile. Right, and then we've got you guys. You just aren't ready for that yet. Excuse me, are you guys set on a bombing? I would like you to do torpedo runs. Well, we've got 7 of you prepared, but I don't think we need to strike now. Okay, let's try to strike with the bomber that is based at Wake first. You're gonna need to run through some heavy AA here, but you are able to do that. You do manage to get a bomb in, I think, on this heavy cruiser, and you're gonna come out of that undamaged, so that's nice. And yeah, you were hit by a bomb there. Lovely. Some good damage there. That's already good to see. Right, and there's a small task force over here. Not sure what these guys are. Potentially some damaged light ships. We are starting to see some search patterns over here, which is good. You guys can't move up, but you can. And I'm almost sure that we're going to find something over here. Okay, that's just the guys landing at Wake. Other than that, we don't really have anything at Wake that is critical for now. We could set up at least some of these guys, maybe the Wildcats over here, to be ready to do some surface engagement. So let's at least move one of you guys here on the runway to sort of leave whenever we need to. You guys are doing fine. You're still trying to prepare that. That's okay. You guys are launching your strike now. That's good to see. Right. It's 6 AM. We are sending out our bombers there. You guys don't have enough to come back. That's alright. We're going to come closer to you. Don't worry. And we've got an enemy spotted, scout spotted. Oh, sorry. That's not actually what I meant to do. But that's alright. Damage. Scuttled. Ralph Talbot. Yeah, we kind of expected that. Coastal defenses are engaging there. And the small escort thingy. And we've got an enemy scout over Task Force 11. And that is a big issue, because that means I expect the Japanese to bear down on us heavily now. Right. So how are things looking? We've got you guys. I'm going to send you immediately directly on the next strike mission here. And I'm not sure what this small group is, but I'm going to try to engage you guys. It's going to take you 40 minutes to do that. That's alright. We've got a lot of fighters over here. You guys are ready. Let's send one more. Let's send one more over here. Just to get you ready. That's alright. We haven't spotted anyone over here yet, and we are coming in with this group. We could try to move away with all of our task forces here. Can I actually combine you? Merge. What? With Ralph Talbot? These guys are not what I want. Weird. Okay, what the hell was going on there? Okay, let's undo that move, please. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You've been spotted. That's okay. Right. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, so you guys are coming in. That's okay. You guys do need to move in a little bit closer so that you can actually return. I would like you to move over there. Let's try to see whether we can do that next time. You are coming in now. That's okay. We've got this small surface group. I don't know what exactly that is. And we are finding a lot of escorts now. Yeah, that does mean I think the Japanese will probably have already launched some air cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys here to start preparing for some serious combat air patrol stuff. Okay, that's just not going to work. Okay, fine. Yeah, these guys are still around, and you could try to strike at Wake. Can you not merge because... Yeah, okay, that does work for me. Right, okay, let's get everyone no more than 12 ships. Okay, we've got more than 12 now, but I do want both carriers in the same group. Right, okay, that's gonna work. We've got a lot of destroyers here. And we've got a couple of guys over there. That's okay, right. So, let's move some guys back. 4 heavy cruisers. Am I gonna be fine with that? You know what, I think I would like you to get over there, because you've got some radar here, the Chicago. That's alright. So, 3 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers. Is that still more than 12 ships? Yeah, because that's 7. Weird. Okay, anyone else? Yeah, why not you? Okay, I think this is okay. They're going to come back to Task Force 11 now. That's great. So Task Force 14 is now a heavy loadout, and Task Force 11 has basically both carriers in there, right? Yes, lovely. Good. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that does mean our air cover should be a little bit better here. Right. Let's see. You guys are going to come in. You're going to strike now. That's okay. You guys can't move yet. We've got an enemy scout over Task Force 11. Can't do much about that. That's okay then. And here comes our strike. 7 air groups against 4 heavy cruisers. One of them was forced to abort. That's okay. But we are putting a lot of damage here, at least on 2 heavy cruisers. One of which has a lot of issues now. Good. I like it. I like it. That's not too bad. It's a decent result here. And we've got a further one here, jumping in on the somewhat lighter task force with the SBD. I'm not sure whether that is going to work out too much, but we are striking a destroyer there without taking any damage in return. That's lovely. Just a single bomb hit there. Not a big one, but still nice to see that damage. Right, you guys, how are we doing then? Okay, you guys have down to 4 movement points. Right, so that's a lot too little. What we could do is we could land them at Wake, of course. How's Wake doing then in terms of... I know there's very little supply here. Each launched unit burns 1 fuel point. But I think it's going to be alright if we do that. So let's ask you guys here to change your mission. No, that's fine. But actually do go to Wake. That's fine. So that does leave you guys here with 1 prepared strike, which is going to be very strong if we can launch you at some point. But we're not finding any enemy yet, which is slightly concerning. How about... So Lexington, you've got the search pattern here. No, it's just the task force that has that in general. Alright. Yeah, Lexington has a lot of issues here in terms of its air supply. Okay, can I grab one of you guys over here and move you into there so that we're launching them, then we're clearing some deck space here, and that should be okay. And you're searching. Am I happy with that search pattern though? Oh, I can't change it as long as someone is down there. Yeah, I would like to search a little bit more to the north, but I think it's going to be alright. Coastal Defense is engaging there. Okay, Wake is suffering some damage here, and that's not great. One air unit hit. So Wake is suffering some damage here to the guys that are stationed over there. And that is an issue, because you guys are trying to land here now. And you're trying to land at Wake while we're doing an engagement there. Okay, right. Good. Task Force 11. I need you to move in closer. And Task Force 11 on the Lexington. All of you guys are ready. Let's go for it. All of you continue to do your strike here at these heavy cruisers. There we go. It's gonna take an hour to set you guys up, but I think it's gonna be alright. You guys are fine. Yeah, let's try to launch you. I think Wake is gonna have some issues there. We still got a runway that is operating, but things aren't looking great. That's a bit of a concern because we've now asked all of our guys to land over there. Damn it. We're losing fighters here. At least we've sunk a destroyer, but on the other hand we've lost 3 fighters there. 3 fighters on Wake. Okay, let's try to get you into the air right away. Against, of course, the heavy cruisers. Hey, you can come in piecemeal, just try to get out of there. And we are going to try to get you into the air. This is tough. Well, let's send you guys over there. I think there was some damaged destroyer there somewhere that we didn't quite see. And here we go. Okay, Task Force 11. Scramble your fighters. We do need everything in the air now. There's something coming. Ooh, Jesus. We were too greedy, my friends. We were too greedy. This is 40 strike aircraft accompanied by 6 groups, so that's 24 fighters. We're toast. We're toast. We're absolute toast. I expected they were coming. We were too greedy. We're only gonna get 5 units into the air ourselves. I don't think there's any potential that we can launch any of that, but... Oh, my friends, our downfall is here in form of the air units of the Imperial Japanese Navy. At least there's that transport ship down there. We knew they were coming. We kind of knew they were coming. You guys are at least trying to launch there. That's nice to see. Let's get you into there as well, if we can. No, that would take just too long. This is going to be brutal. 9 o'clock on the 3rd day. They have found us. They have found us true and well, my friends. There's the AA. There's going to be the fighters. We're going to disrupt some of them, but with the zeros in tow, they're going to be overwhelming us. Yeah, that we've confused 2 and damaged 1, but that does leave 7 units there, and I can't actually watch that. I can't. Saratoga's going to go down. And Indianapolis heavily damaged. Ouch. Okay, Saratoga was not sunk over here, but it was hit by 2 torpedoes and 3 bombs. It's listing. It has a damaged flag deck, so that means it's gonna use less flag. It's got an oil leak and minor fire. AA fire is gonna be reduced. We are lucky, my friends, that these guys were not killed. But we are not lucky in terms of what we can do in terms of our navy here. At least we got that strike out. So at least these guys are now flying over there. That's lovely to see. But man, oh man. Coastal Defense is engaging these guys. That's fine. You were hit by a shell there. But man, Saratoga. Okay, you guys can stop doing this. Okay, you're trying to come into the air anyway. Okay, you guys are trying to land here. That's just 2 fighters. Yeah, but Saratoga, heavy damage. Hopefully she's gonna be able to counter-mandate the flooding there. And how is Wake looking? Are you guys coming into the air? At least you are. So, yay, I guess. Let's send you to the south here, trying to engage these guys. There might be a second carrier strike coming in. Okay, we've sent 7 of our guys here. A little bit of AA, not too much. Heavily concentrating fire on these 2 cruisers. Mostly this one, actually. Did we do a little bit of damage here? Well, we did sink these guys, so that's nice. You guys are burning now, and you seem to be burning as well, so that's a major fire on that one. That's nice. And you were just hit by a lot of bombs and are damaged now. Alright. You guys are trying to withdraw. You were hit by a torpedo, you were hit by bombs. That's alright. Where are you guys going now? Are you guys going to... You were the guys who were at Wake. That's fine. You're the guys just coming in. Alright, how about you guys? Yeah, you're doing funny things over here. Landed you, that's alright. And we are sending in more units to the air there, that's good. How's Wake doing? Well, we've got one torpedo bomber that has already landed over here. We could try to strike at some of these groups here, since we are here anyway. So yeah, let's do that. Let's try to target, I think you. Just sending you out piecemeal here, but what can we do? And you're gonna try to get into the air there. 40 minutes, that's a while, but what can we do? Well, what we can do is move you at least into the fog there. But man, this is intense. This is really intense. What's going on here with the button? Excuse me? No! No, please, game, don't crash on me. Well then, it does seem that I can load the game, so I had to quit the game and I can load up, load it up again, but as you can see, we're not seeing our naval task forces, and there's a button over here that actually should show you that, but it just doesn't. That's a little bit awkward, so let's see whether that is going to resolve itself. I don't know actually, but it's a little bit, yeah, let's see whether that is going to work. You know what, let's try to get you guys ready over here. And let's try to hit the next turn button, and again it's sort of looking like it will not be able to go to the next turn over here at all. And we can't even do... Nah, no. I think... Unfortunately, I think we have to quit this game since... yeah, unfortunately it did crash over here. I could show you the... You know what, let's get back to the main menu. I can hit escape, but there's no reference point to any of these other things, so we can't really do that. Yeah, let's go to the main menu over here, and that's a little bit of a shame, but what we can do is we can load it up again and see what's going on over here. So let's see whether that does load up. At least I want to show you the victory screen, because if there's nothing else that we can do, at least that is an interesting thing, right? So here's the current score. This is considered as a draw, and mostly because of the damage to our second carrier over here. If we do look at the overall losses, you can see Saratoga and Lexington, even though they are afloat, they both definitely suffered major damage over here, so that is counting for them. On the other hand, we are doing a little bit, we're getting some score over here for the heavy cruisers. Since they are, I think, we do get a point or so for some damage. Yeah, 1 point for each heavy cruiser on fire or heavily damaged. I do think that they would actually sink, at least some of these guys. We would have a decent chance of sinking. On the other hand, we probably want to send a lot more AA over the carriers here. It's really a shame that we can't finish that. That's really disappointing. I'm really gonna hope that that is gonna be better on the next things. But honestly, I really love the game. It's got such a beauty. It's so interesting to make these decisions about whether you want to strike now, whether you want to wait for a little bit more information, and items like that. So that's really quite intriguing, and it really, I think, does bring home to me the battles of the Pacific. By the way, I do have one suggestion for a video to watch on YouTube. That's not on my channel. It's a very different channel, but that is a great summary of the Battle of Midway, from the perspective of the Japanese, and it's really interesting to look at that, and it's a really great documentation, really great content on YouTube that I would suggest that you watch. For now, I think we are gonna give that a little bit of a rest here, and then we're gonna look at different scenarios in the future, most definitely on this channel, because I'm a little bit in love with this game, even though we're ending on this slightly downer note here that it's crashing on us. Such is life. I hope you guys still enjoyed and are looking forward to more content of that. So, see you then. Bye bye guys.